today?
Today, Geek and Sundry, my new YouTube channel,
Right.
where I'm producing a whole slate of shows. We have an offsite venue. So today and tomorrow we are doing programming and meet and greets and all sorts of like fan interaction and screenings. So it's really cool to have our own pad for the first time. So I was there like, oh no, that sign is crooked, and just really hands-on. It's actually been an amazing ride.
And who from the Geek and Sundry sort of family is at your offsite?
So we, my producers Sherry and Kim, it was our idea to try to have an offsite, and AMD came in and helped us, and they gave us a bunch of gaming stuff to do. And I did a signing and meeting fans, and then the whole guild cast was there, and Veronica Belmont and Tom Merritt from Sword and Laser, our sci-fi book club, was there. They had a meetup today, and Will Wheaton will be playing tabletop games with our fans tomorrow. Hopefully he'll win, because he doesn't have a pattern of that. And we had a trailer.
Wait, did you just call out Will Wheaton as being bad at tabletop games?
Okay, no. In tabletop, our show, he has yet to win a game. So it's kind of become legend amongst the viewers of our show that Will never wins anything. But he did win last week when we were at VidCon. I think he goes easy on the guests, because he is the most experienced tabletop player.
I would hope.
When I played with him, I don't do that. Even though I produced the show, I'm like, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, afterwards, oh no.
Then you feel guilty.
I do feel like a bad
And then you
host.
go into a shame spiral with the guild.
Then I wake up in the middle of the night in a sweat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just no good. So Geek and Sundry, for the people that may not be entirely familiar, YouTube launched a whole bunch of channels a while back, and they came to you because of your renown from the guild.
Yeah, they went out last summer, and they said they were taking pitches for channels, and I really was faced with a decision: do I just do a TV show, or do I do this crazy, risky, very hard thing about putting a slate together and pitching it? And of course, I always choose the hard thing.
Yeah.
So I had to learn how to do keynotes and put together a package of shows. Like, this is my channel. This is the channel I want to make, and I had to name it and send a logo and all this stuff. And it was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was actually really inspiring, because I had to sit down and really evaluate the things that I love, the people I love, and like, how would I do these shows and scale them in a web way that would still look awesome.
And how's that been like for you now that you've been sort of in the thick of it? Because you're essentially charting somewhat uncharted ground.
Yeah, nobody really, especially doing all these channels. They did a little bit more than 90 channels en masse over. There's still some rolling out, but yeah, nobody ever really done it. Like I said, everything I've done with the guild has just been instinct in a sense.
Yeah.
Me knowing the internet and loving it, and loving, really liking what my fans like.
Yeah.
So every step of the way, it was just like, what would be cool for people? And we never have resources ever, or personnel. Like, it's still 3 women kind of running this whole channel out of a closet-sized room. So we just have to be innovative, and it requires a lot of creativity and grassroots efforts. But like, that's almost more fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like the more people you get involved, the harder things become. So that's kind of been a journey, this whole thing, try to delegate and get all these shows done at once, but still, keep everything on track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what kind of feedback have you been getting from that whole process?
Oh, we've been doing fantastic. I mean, we have like so many millions of views, like just in 2 months, and like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. We just launched a whole forum, redesigned the website. On the street, I see Geek and Sundry shirts a lot, especially when I go to conventions. They're everywhere. So like, it was always my goal in doing a channel to kind of expand what we've built with the guild over 5 years into a channel, so that no matter what happens with any one show, we could still have this community and this umbrella to make awesome things. And people will know when they see a Geek and Sundry logo on a show, they'll know, oh, that's that kind of show. That was my my goal. So
is that all that's taking up your time? I mean, I imagine it's taking up all of your time, but do you have anything else that's not internet related that you're doing right now?
Yeah, well, Eureka is actually finishing up the whole series. The last episode will be Monday, and I was really blessed to be in almost all the episodes in season 5 and half of season 4. So that family was really hard to part with, but. And then I did this great guest star on Supernatural that they wrote for me, and I was like, well, I'm launching a channel, but I think I'll figure it out. And I was like, I got to go to Vancouver to do this part, because the part was so great. So obviously, this summer has been a lot of sort of delegating in a way
Yeah.
and learning how to really manage, because not only do I look at all the edits, I look at all the scripts, I have a weekly show that I do with 3 people. That every Monday I'd go and do something fun and curate things around the net. So, my goal, the long-term goal over the next year, is to produce and create another world, because that's what I really love, scripted content, and whether that's in TV maybe, the long gaze of me is definitely looking toward other things, but at the same time keeping Geek and Sundry growing. We want to add some shows for next year too.
So, sleeping, does it happen? Do you sleep?
I got pneumonia, and everybody was like, "Told you so, Felicia." So I got pneumonia a couple months back, and it's actually made me reevaluate like the things that I do. So I took a couple weeks off, in that I was only emailing 3 hours a day, and so definitely the goal between now and the end of the year is just kind of like ratchet back, make sure all the shows are on track. If we get picked up, hopefully we develop some other shows. But personally, I want to write a couple other projects, and then act in some stuff, because I get offers all the time. I just can't do all the fun things. So like that's my goal for between now and the end of the year, is to do.
Well, speaking of fun things that you could act in that are possibly internet related, possibly not, who knows, is there any news about Dr. Horrible 2?
Well, having known that the Weed In Camp has been busy with very high profile, that little movie, that Avengers thing.
There's a little movie called
That
The
indie
Avengers.
movie?
Yeah. And then the actual indie movie that he shot, Midsummer.
Oh, yeah.
Not Midsummer,
if anybody puts me to shame, it's
Yeah.
Jaws.
Yeah.
Of course. I hear amazing things about that movie from a lot of people who are in the know. So I can only hope that his schedule is clearing a little bit.
Well, because there's been talk about that. Some songs had been written, and
I knew that some songs had been written, but I wish I had new news for you. But I am as all ears as anybody. So I know that Joss has a lot of panels this week. So who knows?
Perhaps something could happen at one of them.
I'm not. Please don't put a headline on that. I'm merely talking to fill the air at this point.
So, do you, in all the Geek and Sundry stuff that you're doing, do you have a chance to sort of interface with the con at all? Are you going to be like going on the floor at all?
Yeah, no.
Can you go on the floor?
The very cool thing this year is that we have our offsite event. YouTube has a destination site. I'm doing a live vlog tomorrow from there, and then we have our 2,000 plus seat room at the Indigo Ballroom. The traditional Guild panel will be there on Saturday morning at 11. And if you like the Guild, you should definitely be there. So we'll be announcing some really cool stuff.
Do you get to go on the floor at all and sort of interface with like the booze? And
Yeah,
see
that's
some
Sunday
comics
for me. Sunday is always like my day. I go and I see all the comic book artists. I see all the authors, because I'm kind of geek. I geek out about the authors here, because those are the people I would never run into just randomly in LA.
Yeah.
So I have rumored that maybe a party I might be going to might have George R.R. Martin, and I have a special shirt to wear just for that occasion.
Are you carrying it with you just in case you see him randomly?
That's why I have 2 bags.
Oh, well, there you go.
So quick change.
Yeah. Well, Felicia, thank you so much for coming in and talking with us, and good luck to everything that you're doing here at Comic-Con.
Thank you very much.
Check back here on EW.com for more coverage of Comic-Con 2012. Thanks so much for watching.